No more can a camel fit through an eye of a needle than a man that does not believe in me. No, I didn't say that right. This video is a condensation of a stream, obviously, I did over on Twitch. If you feel like following, it'll be in the description. But if you clicked on this, God is reaching out to you. And if you feel that, just follow him. This video will have some different questions and thoughts, some quandaries of faith, of Islam. And if you feel him calling you, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to anyone in your locale, because God wants to hear from you. Alright, peace. Onto the video. But the idea that he's the only way to heaven. So, like, that is an example of his saving grace coming down to earth. Him choosing to suffer horribly, to die on the cross, so that we may have that pinhole to get into heaven. Because the Bible also says that our God is a jealous God. He does not want us living with other gods, other beings, these other idols. He wants our attention to be on him, because he is, I guess you could just say that is who he is. And if we do not choose him, then that is a form of rejection. Choosing a bag of chips, like, do you choose the Doritos or do you choose the Fritos? You have to choose one or the other. So if you choose the Doritos, you reject the Fritos. What about the people before Jesus then? But rather we say, if we were at the time, Jesus would have to follow him because he was the way to heaven, because he was the prophet at the time. So, that is another tough question. What of the people before God? The Bible talks about how Jesus spent the 3 days that he was dead ministering in hell. So I guess that would be the only answer I'd have. It's kind of the same question of, what about the people that have never heard of the word, have never heard of Jesus? What about them? And some of those things I just don't know. They're questions that we as humans will have to deal with. The basic understanding that I have is anyone. So here's something that I've been reading a lot of the Old Testament, and the Old Testament talks about this. As long as you are following God in God in the Old Testament, living as God called the Israelites to live in the times before Jesus, you could get to heaven. But did you see how Islamic view of Jesus fits perfectly with Bible? I wouldn't say perfectly, but I see how it fits. But so, like, say Abraham. Abraham was a servant of God. He didn't know about Jesus, but he didn't need Jesus because he had that connection with God. And my understanding is that people that up until Jesus chose to live and follow the Israelites' God, they would get into heaven. There were the Israelites that are living for God, and then there are foreigners. The Bible talks about how there are foreigners that people of different beliefs that they choose to follow the God of Israel. That is another one of those things that I am still trying to wrap my head around, and I can't give you the answers fully. I'm sorry, dude. Do you believe that the second coming is coming, or we are in end times? I think that's a twofold question you asked. The idea of the end times is kind of I don't know what you believe per se. I don't know if you're Christian, Muslim, Mormon, whatever religion you may be, but what I believe is that and what I understand from the Bible is that we have been in the end times ever since Jesus went back up to heaven after he rose from the dead. So therefore, every every day since then that he has not come back, as the end times in Revelations are depicted, I believe that we are in end times. I do not believe the second coming has come, because then that would indicate, according to the Bible, it seems to indicate that God's second coming will be when all Christians will be taken up to heaven. So the idea that I believe that we are in the end times, it is indicated that the end times have been occurring since Jesus rose from the dead and ascended to heaven. The second coming has not come because I do not believe it has come. I think anyone that believes it has come needs to spend more time reading the Bible. To be honest, I don't think the world is in a terrible enough place for God to come back. I think it's still ways off. And do you believe that the Bible is corrupted? I do not believe the Bible is corrupted. But I do believe that humans corrupt the Bible. So I do not believe that the Word of God is not corrupted. I don't believe it is incomplete. I believe that the Bible, as it stands right now, is what God has provided to us so we may know Jesus, so we may join him in heaven when that day comes. But I do know for a fact, I mean, if we just look at history, the Catholic Church, there's any number of Christians that have used the Bible for illicit gain or profit. I mean, heck, in America, Southerners use it for an excuse of slavery. Oh, you mean people added verses to the Bible or took verses from Bible? Okay. I obviously think that, or I believe that people have. I do not believe that the Bible I study is one such verse, or one such version of the Bible, I guess. I believe that we still have people that do that, but I do not believe that. In my studies, I have not come across any indication that I am studying a wrong version of the Bible. I have not felt God's conviction in that in the verses I study are wrong. So I guess you could look at the version of the Bible I read, which is the Holman Christian Standard Bible. It's like my go-to Bible right now. And he has on his robe and on his thigh a name written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. It's false illusion within humanity to think that a sinful human can bring a lasting peace. Someday Jesus Christ will defeat Satan, the Antichrist, the false prophet. Yeah, so defeat. There's also the part where he throws him into a pit for 1,000 years. I think the Antichrist comes, and people will worship him, and then there will be plague, death, and famine. Yeah. Time of plague, death, and famine. And it's hard to say if, because how Revelations is put out, there's a lot of stuff in it that we don't understand. To then say, I do know Matthew 1:16 and Luke 3:23. The understanding by the scholars for that one is Matthew is talking about the heritage of Joseph, and then Luke is talking about the heritage of Mary. So that's my understanding for that one. But yeah, I'd have to look up what scholars say about 2 Samuel and 1 Chronicles, and then the 2 Chronicles. Is Exodus 4:22 and it's 2 Samuel 7:13 and 14 that are the contradictions? He is the one who will build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I'll be his father, and he will be my son. When he does wrong, I will punish him with a rod wielded by man, with flogging inflicted by human hands. Okay. Why do the nations conspire and the people plot in vain? The king of the earth rise up. The rulers band together against the Lord, against his anointed, saying, let us break their chains and throw off their shackles. The one enthroned in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, you are my son. Today I have become your father. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, the ends of the earth your passion. You will break them with a rod of iron. You will dash them to pieces like pottery. Therefore, your kings, be wise. Be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and celebrate his rule. So, yeah, there are some things I need to do more research in. I appreciate the questions, dude. I really do. Because it's hard for me to, I think as for a lot of Christians, it's hard to always quantify your faith without further research. It's hard to realize what you truly believe. So this is why I appreciate your questions, because you are forcing me to question my faith and do more studies, more dive deeper into his word, spend more time with him, pray more, see what I believe about Christ. It's because if my faith is, if I have an empty faith, then I might as well just be you want to challenge me? And what? What do you mean by challenge? Are we throwing down now? We're doing boxing? No, not in a bad way. Okay, I was like, oh, are we doing Logan Paul versus KSI 2.0? 3.0? At this point, it'd be 3.0, wouldn't it? They fought twice already. What do you mean by challenge? You mean a debate? Find one single contradiction is the Hey, dude. Okay, I like that, dude. You know what I have here on my shelf right over here? I've had this on my shelf for a few weeks now, so I'll look into it, man. Wait, what's the one more thing, bro? What's up? What do you got for me? There are some missing verses in Bible to look for them. Could you specify, I guess, a little bit? Like, you mean from what part of the Bible, I guess you would mean? Or just, you mean like just find them? Goes like 42, 43, 45, 47, 16 missing verses. I'll look into it, I guess. Thanks for watching. To give you a little more understanding, I was challenged by Rogue 42069 to find one contradiction in the Quran. And as an additional side quest, if you will, he asked me to research and explain the 16 missing verses from the Bible. And that's what I shall do. What did I just say? But before that, if you like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. That's where this happened, over on Twitch. There'll be a link in the description. And yeah, if you feel like you felt something ring out, reach out to me. You can find my socials on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch, obviously. I got Instagram and Twitter. If you want to reach out to me, reach out to me. I'll talk to you. But until then, God bless. Godspeed.